Hello everyone, it is Mrs. Haywood. Today we are going to get SORA installed. So go ahead and go into self-service and find the SORA app. Go ahead and install SORA. Okay, once you have SORA installed, go ahead and open up that app and click on Find My School. Okay, we are going to type in North Kansas City Schools and then click on that green button for This is my school. Okay, then we are going to sign in with our lunch number and birthday. Okay, once you are logged in, we are going to click up here at the top left where it says North Kansas City Schools, and we are going to click on Add a Library. Okay, go ahead and type in MID for Mid-Continent Public Library. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and click on search after I've typed in MID because it will auto-populate for us. And right here is Mid-Continent Public Library. So we're going to go ahead and click on This is my library. Okay, so now you should have two libraries. One is North Kansas City Schools and the other is Mid-Continent Public Library. You are able to switch between the two as often as you want. I would personally like to leave this on Mid-Continent Public Library because when we have Mid-Continent Public Library set, we have over about 20,000 book titles in Mid-Continent Public Library, whereas when we switch to North Kansas City Schools, we only have about 200. So you'll get some more options when you are on Mid-Continent than North Kansas City. Okay, so let's go ahead and set up some of our settings and preferences. All right, so with our preferences, we are going to go ahead and check that preferences tab. I would go ahead and change, it will be defaulted for your audience. It will say all. I would go ahead and check juvenile next to audience because it will bring up more books that are more on your level. So I would go ahead and change that to that audience to juvenile and then apply preferences. Okay. In our collections tab here, we have some things that they think you may like. Some books that are available now, most popular, new ebook editions. And once again, I'm going to go ahead and switch. I could tell because I didn't have that many options that I was on North Kansas City Schools. I'm going to switch that to Mid-Continent Public Library. My preferences should carry over. Okay. And then I have some other collections within here. Okay, so that is where it kind of comes in handy to be able to switch between Mid-Continent Public Library versus North Kansas City Schools. Okay, so there are, here are some of your popular subjects. We have juvenile fiction, we have fantasy, historical fiction, history, sci-fi, mythology. You can explore all subjects and it will give you even more options. So this is just one way to browse through various topics. So if I do juvenile fiction, for example, here it pulls up all the fiction books that they have for us. So we have over 17,000 ebooks and over 4,000 audiobooks. All of the audiobooks will have the headphones icon next to it, and the ebooks will not. Okay, so that is how you can tell the difference between the audio and the ebooks. You are able to listen to samples of the audiobooks or read samples of the ebooks. I would recommend reading a sample before placing a hold on a book. Make sure that this is a book that you like, that it's a good fit book, so you are able to kind of read through the book a little bit before checking it out to yourself. Once you decide that you want to check out a book, you're going to click on place hold. Okay. For your card number, you are going to type in for your card number, you are going to type in your your NKC and your lunch number. Okay, so NKC and your lunch number is what checks out your books for you. Okay, that one in particular was on a wait list, so I had to place that one on hold. This book, this big Nate book, it says borrow, so that means I could check it out right now. So I'm going to click on borrow. Okay, so I can go ahead and begin reading that book. This took me to like the URL. I don't really want to do that. I want to continue reading within SORA. So I'm just going to kind of ignore that. It does give me that confirmation you checked out a book. Happy reading. Okay. So on here, I see that it is due in 20 days. And it kind of allows me to open the book from this view, and it gives me my progress, how far into the book I've read. I can go ahead and click on the shelf, and here is where all of my checked out books live. So I can go ahead and open up the book and start reading, okay, from my shelf. So that is how you will search and check out your books. If you would like to set some more settings on here, these three lines at the top right, you can go ahead and click on that and you can play with some of these settings. Okay, if you would like high contrast mode, if you would like to just view things in a different font, that kind of thing, all of that's in your settings. Okay, so you can play around with those settings if you would like to make some changes. Okay, so once you are finished reading your book, you can return it. If you do not return it on your own, SORA will automatically return it for you. Okay, so to return the book, I'm going to click right here on options. And when I do that, I can scroll down and click on return and then just confirm the return. Okay. So when you return books early, that gives somebody else who's maybe waiting on it, if it's on a wait list, the opportunity to read it sooner. So it's always a good idea to return those books as soon as you are finished reading them. If you would like to make a list of books that you would like to read later, you can put books on a list. You can create a new list if you would like. Okay. So you can name your list whatever you want. Things I want to read later. Okay. All of these are just some options for you. So I can add some things to my reading list that I would like to read. Okay. So those lists will live on your bookshelf in your lists tab. Everything that I have on my read later list pulls up, and then I can check them out or place that hold whenever I'm ready. Okay. In the Me tab down at the bottom, this is where you can unlock badges and challenges. So this kind of adds a whole nother layer to our reading than what we had previously with Libby. Okay, so that's kind of fun. So work on those challenges. We might do some challenges within our building this year with our reading minutes. So keep working on those challenges and achievements. Let me know, or Mrs. Phelps know, if you need any help this year with SORA. Have a great day, everyone.